Your phone buzzes. You glance down and see a text message, but it's not from a friend or family member. It's from a short four-digit number, 2512. Immediately, questions race through your mind. Is this legitimate? Is it a scam trying to get my information? If I reply, will I be charged? This single, simple text can create a wave of uncertainty and frustration. What is it? And what should you do about it? In our ultimate guide to understanding your T-Mobile bill, we briefly touched on the different types of legitimate communications you might receive from your carrier. In this video, we're taking a deep dive into one of the most common ones, the survey text from 2512. We're going to give you a complete step-by-step playbook that puts you back in control. We'll show you exactly how to reply to 2512 if you want to share your feedback, the definitive methods to stop 2512 texts for good, and what happens if you simply choose to ignore it. By the end of this video, you will have a clear, confident answer and will never have to wonder about this text again. First, let's establish a foundation of trust by answering the most important question. Is the text from 2512 actually from T-Mobile? The answer is yes. The short code 2512 is a legitimate, verified number used by T-Mobile exclusively for customer feedback surveys. It is not a scam, and it is not a phishing attempt. Companies use these short, easy-to-remember numbers known as short codes for high-volume text communications. It's the same technology used for things like voting on a TV show or getting a coupon from a retailer. T-Mobile uses this system to gather real-world data on your experience right after you've interacted with their service. So, why do they do this? Think of it from their perspective. T-Mobile manages a massive network and a huge customer service operation. The only way for them to know if things are working well is to ask the people who use it every day. You. These surveys are typically triggered by a specific event. For example, if you just called customer support to resolve an issue, you might get a text from 2512 a few minutes later asking you to rate the agent who helped you. Or, if you recently visited a T-Mobile store, you might receive a survey about the cleanliness of the location and the helpfulness of the staff. They even use it to ask about your network quality in a specific area. This feedback is incredibly valuable to them. It helps them identify and fix problems, train their employees better, and even decide where to upgrade their cell towers. Now that we know the text is safe and understand its purpose, let's explore your first option: participating in the survey. You might be thinking, why should I bother? Well, providing feedback is one of the few direct ways you, as a customer, can influence the company's behavior. A consistently low-rated customer service agent will be flagged for retraining. A store with poor feedback will get attention from management. And reports of bad reception in your neighborhood could genuinely contribute to a decision to boost the signal there. Your feedback isn't just disappearing into the void, it's being collected, analyzed, and used to make business decisions. The process of participating is designed to be incredibly simple. The initial text will usually ask a question and instruct you to reply with a number on a scale, most commonly from 1 to 10. For instance, it might say, based on your recent call, how likely are you to recommend T-Mobile to a friend or family? Please reply with a number from 0, not at all likely, to 10, extremely likely. This is a very common metric called a Net Promoter Score, or NPS. Companies across all industries use this exact scale to gauge customer loyalty. Let's break down what those numbers actually mean to a company like T-Mobile. If you reply with a 9 or a 10, you are considered a promoter. You're a happy, loyal customer who is likely to spread positive word of mouth. If you respond with a 7 or an 8, you're considered a passive. You're satisfied for now, but you're not overly enthusiastic and could potentially be swayed by a competitor. But if you reply with any number from 0 to 6, you are flagged as a detractor. This signals to the company that you had a negative experience and are at risk of leaving their service, or worse, telling others about your bad experience. This is the category that gets the most attention and can often trigger follow-up actions. After your initial numeric reply, the system might send 1 or 2 follow-up questions. These are usually open-ended, asking something like, "Thank you. Can you tell us the primary reason for your score?" This is your opportunity to provide specific context. Instead of just saying the service was bad, you can reply, The agent was very helpful, but my call was dropped twice before I could reach them. This level of detail is pure gold for a company trying to pinpoint and solve operational problems. So, if you choose to participate, know that your simple reply to 2512 can have a real impact. Of course, many people find these notifications intrusive and simply want them to stop. You have every right to do so, and there are clear, established methods to opt out. This brings us to the core reason many of you are watching: how to execute a T-Mobile survey, unsubscribe, and permanently stop 2512 texts. We're going to cover two primary guaranteed methods. The first and easiest method is to reply directly to the message with the word "stop." This is the universal command for opting out of automated text message lists. It's a requirement mandated by the Telephone Consumer Protection Act, or TCPA, in the United States. This federal law is designed to protect consumers from unwanted calls and text messages. When you send the word "stop" to a short code, their automated system is legally required to process your request and remove you from that specific messaging list. To do this correctly, simply open the text message thread from 2512. Type the single word "STOP." It's best to use all capital letters to ensure the system recognizes it without any issues. Do not add any other words or punctuation. Don't say, "Please stop," or "Stop sending me texts." Just the one powerful word, "stop." After you send the message, you should receive an automated confirmation text back almost immediately. It will typically say something like, "You have successfully been unsubscribed. You will not receive any more messages from this number." Once you receive that confirmation, you're all set. You have officially opted out, and T-Mobile is legally obligated to honor that request for this specific survey list. But what if that doesn't work? Or what if you've deleted the message and want to be proactive? This brings us to our second, equally effective method: contacting T-Mobile support directly. This is a great option for those who want absolute certainty that their request has been handled by a human being. All you need to do is call T-Mobile customer service. The easiest way to do this from your T-Mobile phone is by simply dialing 611. It's a free call and will connect you directly to their support team. Once you get an agent on the line, you need to be very clear and specific with your request. You can use this exact script. "Hello, I am calling because I would like to be removed from the customer survey contact list. I have been receiving texts from the short code 2512, and I would like to opt out of all future survey messages." Using key phrases like "opt out," "short code 2512," and "survey contact list" will help the agent understand exactly what you need. They should be able to locate your account and place a block or a flag on it that prevents the automated survey system from contacting you in the future. As a best practice, always ask for a reference number for your call before you hang up. This gives you a record of your request in the unlikely event you receive another survey text in the future. So now you know how to participate and how to stop the texts. But what about the third option? What happens if you just ignore the text from 2512 and do absolutely nothing? The answer is simple: absolutely nothing happens. Let's be perfectly clear on this point to eliminate any anxiety. You are under no obligation whatsoever to reply to these surveys. Ignoring the text will not result in any charges to your account. It will not affect your cellular service in any way. It will not put a negative mark on your account or flag you as an unresponsive customer. The system is fully automated. It sends out the survey, and if it doesn't receive a reply within a certain time frame, it simply marks the survey as incomplete and moves on. You won't receive endless reminders or harassing follow-ups from this specific survey system. At most, you might receive another survey text in the future if you have another interaction with T-Mobile, but the single text you ignored will simply be forgotten by the system. So, if you don't have the time to reply, and you aren't bothered enough by the notification to formally opt out, the ignore strategy is a perfectly safe and valid choice. You are in complete control of how, or if, you choose to engage. While we've focused on the legitimate 2512 code, this conversation opens up a broader topic about keeping your message inbox clean and safe. Scammers often try to imitate legitimate companies. A key difference is that a real T-Mobile survey will never ask you to click a strange link, download an app, or provide personal information like your account password, social security number, or credit card details. If you ever get a text that feels urgent and asks for sensitive information, it is almost certainly a scam, a practice known as smishing. Always be cautious and never click links from numbers you don't recognize. We actually have an entire video planned that will be a deep dive into identifying and reporting scam texts to protect your identity and your wallet. So be sure to subscribe so you don't miss that. Let's quickly recap the powerful choices you now have. When that text from 2512 appears, you can be a proactive customer by participating. You can share your experience by replying with a number from 1 to 10 and providing specific feedback, helping to shape the very service you use. Or, if you prefer a quieter inbox, you can become the master of your notifications. You can use the simple, one-word stop command to unsubscribe instantly. Or you can make a quick call to 611 for a more personal, confirmation-based approach. And finally, you have the effortless option of simply ignoring it, knowing with full confidence that there are no negative consequences. The choice is, and always has been, entirely yours. You are now an expert on handling T-Mobile survey texts from 2512. But this short code is just one tiny piece of the much larger puzzle of your mobile services. What about other short codes? What about confusing charges that show up on your monthly statement, or understanding the complex fees and taxes that get added on? To truly master your mobile bill and ensure you're never paying a penny more than you should, you need the complete picture. That's why we created our comprehensive video, The Ultimate Guide to Understanding Your T-Mobile Bill. In that foundational guide, we break down every single section of your statement, explain what all the mysterious fees and surcharges actually mean, and give you actionable tips on how to lower your bill. If you found this video helpful, our ultimate guide is the essential next step. Subscribe to our channel and click the link on your screen now, or find it in the description below to continue your journey toward becoming a truly empowered mobile customer.